That morning, the sky looked bright with thin clouds moving slowly. A gentle breeze blew the distinctive aroma of wet rice fields. I walked through the rice field embankments, carefully taking my steps so as not to slip. Around me, the expanse of green rice fields looked fertile, swaying gently in the wind. Dewdrops still stuck to the rice leaves, reflecting the morning sunlight like small diamonds. Today, I went back to looking for snails in the rice fields. The snails usually hide in puddles of water or behind rice stalks. They are often pests that damage plants, so my presence was deliberately to eliminate pests in young rice. With a spirit full of hope, I began to walk through the watery rice fields, looking for signs of snails. I squatted in one corner of the rice field, observing the surface of the water carefully. There, I saw small snails moving slowly, some stuck to the rice stalks. Carefully, I scooped them up one by one, making sure none were left behind. Sometimes, I have to dip my hands deeper into the cold water to reach the snails hiding in the mud. This is a little work of farmers to protect young rice from snail pests. In between searching, I heard the sound of trickling water from a small stream near the rice field. The sound of birds chirping in the distance added to the atmosphere, becoming more calm and peaceful. Every now and then, I stopped for a moment to enjoy the scenery around me. The vast blue sky, the green rice fields, and the aroma of wet soil created a deep sense of gratitude. The sunlight this morning was enough to warm my body, which had been cold from the rice field water. The activity of looking for snails in the rice field taught me many lessons, about patience, about hard work, and about the beauty of life that can be found in even the most humble places. This is a job that I have to do. This task is not just a routine, but a real effort to protect the results of our hard work, the farmers, from a small threat that is often underestimated: snails. Snails, that is the name given to this small creature. Although its size is small and its shape looks harmless, its impact on the rice fields is extraordinary. They greedily eat young rice leaves that have just grown. If left alone, the rice plants that should be the staple food source for my family could be finished just like that. That is why, every morning when the sun has just risen, I take a hat and roll up my pants, ready to walk along the rice field embankments to look for the snails. The process of looking for snails is not easy. Sometimes they hide in the mud, making me have to examine every corner of the rice field. Cold water that wets my feet, hands that are dirty because of the mud, and the heat of the sun that is starting to rise are my loyal friends in this job. However, I never give up. Every time I find a snail and lift it out of the rice field, I feel a little relieved. At least, one small threat has been removed from my rice field. This job is not only about protecting the rice, but also about maintaining harmony with nature. I learned to understand the life cycle in the rice fields, how snails are part of a larger ecosystem. I do not hate them, even though they are often the enemy of the rice plants. On the contrary, I appreciate their existence. However, as a farmer, I also have to take firm steps so that the presence of snails does not harm our harvest. At night, when my body is tired and my eyes are almost closed, I often think about my struggle in the rice fields. I know, this is a never-ending struggle. The snails will continue to come, and I must continue to guard. However, I also know that every grain of rice that is successfully harvested is the result of this hard work. There is nothing more satisfying than seeing the yellow rice, ready to be harvested, and knowing that I have protected them with all my effort and love. This is my life as a farmer. A life full of challenges, but also full of pride. I realize, this task may seem simple to others, but for me, this is a way to maintain the legacy of my ancestors, to ensure that my rice fields remain fertile and my harvest abundant. And it all started with one small step, looking for snails in my rice field. Every time I found a snail, I carefully picked it up. But often I found a small group of snails huddled together. It felt like a never-ending battle. Even though I had collected a lot of snails yesterday, today they seemed to have returned in greater numbers. I took a deep breath, trying to chase away the fatigue that was starting to creep up on me. But I knew that giving up was not an option. If I stopped now, the snails would take over my rice field. No matter how small our efforts are, they will definitely produce results. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please watch my other videos, in the enchanting beauty of nature.